Educators face the challenge of creating learning environments that support experiential, student-centered experiences, fostering student engagement and persistence. A tough obstacle in and of itself, this becomes increasingly difficult in the online environment where students have to mitigate feelings of isolation and disconnectedness. Rather than throwing technology at the problem, intentionality of design is key here. As a means of creating a high engagement experience in the design of the online environment, what if we reframed the role, responsibility, and path of the student through the course? What if, in the course design process, we took the approach of envisioning the experience as a narrative unfolding over the course of the semester? Narrative can serve as a powerful metaphor for compelling online course design. Like a book that you simply cannot put down or a game that motivates you to keep leveling up, a compelling narrative triggers our imaginations, prompts us to ask questions, and helps us come to conclusions. All of the aforementioned characteristics of narrative are elements that educators seek to encourage in the classroom as well. Most simply put, the elements of a narrative can be mapped to the structure of an online course as a means of centering a learning experience on the student. The action of a student moving through the learning content becomes the student's journey. The student then assumes the role as the protagonist of the course, and the work they produce serves as a series of thematic events making up the overarching course narrative. The student is empowered by this call to action, thus becoming an epic hero of the online course. The connection between student as epic hero is not a far-flung idea in any way. The individual learner, when placed into the role of epic hero, must embrace such 21st century skills as critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, and innovation. Students meet defined curricular outcomes just as the hero obtains a goal upon the completion of their journey. Beyond all else, the student engages with the material in a new way that is deeply personalized, fostering both intrinsic and extrinsic motivation throughout the course. With our student defined as epic hero, what would the hero's journey look like in an online course? The hero's journey, or the monomyth, a pattern of narrative defined by writer and mythologist Joseph Campbell in his 1949 work, The Hero with a Thousand Faces, describes the progression of an identified hero through a series of stages. Campbell's description of the hero's journey, which has heavily influenced such filmmakers as George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Francis Ford Coppola, combines a series of stages into three major units or acts: the hero's departure into the adventure, the initiation into a series of trials, and the return to the ordinary world with new knowledge or treasure to be shared with peers. Just as a hero begins life in the ordinary world and is called to action, students are asked to take part in a series of tasks at the beginning of the semester. They may be reluctant or unsure of the path ahead, particularly in moving from the known to the unknown, but are encouraged by a mentor to take part in the challenge, and are given special knowledge and resources needed to successfully complete the task. The hero then commits to the challenge ahead and begins the journey. Through exploration of a new world and interactions with both allies and enemies, the hero prepares to tackle a formidable challenge. Students, in the same vein, will curate and vet resources, evaluate and question theories, and create a plan to address the assignment prompt. Though we hate to equate the assignments we give our students with ordeals, the student will complete an academically rigorous series of tasks to emerge with the reward of newly acquired knowledge. The hero returns with both newfound knowledge to be used to help his fellow man, with the transformative nature of the journey itself strengthening the hero to provide support for the world left behind. In the same way, students are called to apply their new knowledge in the real world, giving meaning and purpose to both the learning content and the process of learning itself. In addition to serving as the thematic backbone of a course, the elements of the hero's journey are closely aligned to such methodologies as constructivism, communities of inquiry, service learning, and differentiated learning. Additionally, such technologically friendly effective practices as gameful learning, digital badging, adaptive learning, and digital storytelling all fit well within the narrative structure. Based on this approach, we want to hear your thoughts. Tweet your response to hashtag Heroes Journey and hashtag OLC Innovate. And for additional information on narrative in the hero's journey, we invite you to explore the following resources.